Hi, Joe Cerrone.
Al Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 116, Basic AutoCAD, Fall 2021, in our first Zoom meeting. Getting started at Oakton. Al, would you like to talk a little bit about the main splash page here?
Certainly. Joe and I have a saying that if our students cannot learn the way we are teaching, we must teach in a way that our students can learn. Other words, basically what we're looking for is our students to learn the best way they can to get everything out of the course that they can. So if you have any questions or whatever else, you let us know anytime you can. Right below this is number 1 syllabus, CAD 116 OC1. If you click on that, Joe, it will come up and we'll have a syllabus comes up there. And the syllabus is basically, go ahead, Joe.
Sure. So this is the basic outline for the course. The best way to contact us is using email and D2L. You can email me and Al. Email us both if you're going to email us, and that way we're both in the loop on your question. You can phone call in, but it's really hard to get a hold of me on the telephone. Best is to use email. This is basic AutoCAD. There's no prerequisites for it, and it's the first course in design and drafting using the AutoCAD software. And we're going to look at architectural and engineering type drawings. And it's really kind of a general design course because AutoCAD is no longer just used by engineers and architects, but it's used by everybody who wants to have a written form of communication that's like a drafting type of technique. And so we'll teach you how to set up drawings electronically, how to use layers, how to print, how to use blocks, which are like templates. And as we go through, we'll continue to use the CAD system to solve these architectural and engineering drafting problems. Academic integrity, please do your own work. There's all kinds of rules. If you don't, it's in the handbook. With that said, if you need an extension, you can always email Al and I and just say, look, I have a lot going on. I need an extension, and we'll be happy to give you an extension if you need one. But it's much better than the alternatives. We have the outline of topics, which we'll cover next, posted in D2L. The course will work from textbook readings, video tutorials, mostly textbook and video tutorials, and a lot of hands-on applications for that. Course practices required are completing of the drawing labs, passing the quizzes in the final exam, and submission of the drawings to D2L. This course is being taught online. Al and I will hold a Zoom meeting every week. You're not required to attend, but it's a great opportunity to ask questions and to get information.
Fantastic. Let's go back to our splash page, please.
One last thing, the textbook, you can get the digital version of the textbook, or if you want, you can purchase the textbook application for AutoCAD and its applications 2020 with Goodhart Wilcox. Evaluations will be mostly drawing labs, 10% tests and quizzes, and 40% final exam. And we use a straight A, B, C, D, 90, 80, 70 grading scale. If you have any special needs or any needs for assistance, Oakton's has a lot of support for that, and you can find those supports for students located at these links. All right, so that's the syllabus. We'll come back to the main splash page.
And if you go down to the next one, to outline of topics for our class.
And so here's the outline of topics. Every week we'll go through some of the chapters from the textbook. Chapter 1 and 2 go through and talk about drawing templates, and let's see if I have one in here. Introduction to AutoCAD. There we go. It's a little glitchy sometimes. So you'll go through, read the textbook, and then that'll go through and explain the learning objectives, like how is CAD used, what are the components of a different drawing, things like visual styles, solid modeling, how to plan your work. The first chapter is very general, but it does go through drafting standards. And that's what we want to do. We want to have a vocational aspect to this course. We're not just drawing things, we're drawing things to specific standards that people can get paid to do. And so we'll look at different units of measurement, whether we're working with imperial units like inches, or we're working with architectural units like feet and inches, or we're working with millimeters and metric units. We'll also work with different title blocks, drawing layers, and drawing symbols. So the textbook itself will be used to kind of guide the course. And if you're looking for what you should be doing, go through your outline of topics and then look at what we're doing for the week.
It's also color coded. And if you look at it, in blue, it's reading assignments. Green is assignments that we're using for AutoCAD. And red is normally for areas for quizzes, tests, and etc. And magenta or slash magenta or violet color.
Purple.
That's purple. My mouth.
Call it purple, Al.
Anyways, that's for videos.
That's correct. So blue is reading assignments, green is lab activities, red is quizzes, and purple is videos. We'll have Thanksgiving, recess, November 25th. And then the course will kind of wrap up. We'll get everything wrapped up in December. And so we typically give the final exam the first week in December. And then the last week is the final chance to get all your work done and turned in. So that's the outline of topics and the syllabus. If we look at the drawing assignments, how to get, well, I guess we got to backtrack one more thing, how to get and install the AutoCAD software. So if I click on this link, how to install the software, what you're going to do is you're going to go to to this website, Autodesk Education Free Software. And if I click on that, it'll take us to this website. And then what I want to do is I want to log in and create an account for a student. So I'll go through this sign in.
If you do not have a sign-in at this time, you would then put in and create an account at that time.
Right. If you see a big price tag for something like $1,700, you're in the wrong spot. They give the software to students for free. So you're getting an industrial quality software for free. And if you see the link that says, it costs $1,700, then you're in the wrong spot. You need to be in the education area. And if you have any difficulty with that, check that PDF and email Al and I. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to the AutoCAD link where it says get product information. And we'll be using the Windows version 2020. And that aligns with the textbook. You're welcome to download the newer versions if you want them. They're just not going to match up exactly perfect to the textbook. And so if you want it to line up exactly, then you need the 2020.
Also, Joe, we have to explain to them that the software needs to be verified. So they will ask you some questions, such as a receipt or email or something that fashion, or a B number to go along with it, say verify that you are a student.
Right. You may have to print out your registration for this class and include that, because they don't want to give the software to people to use in the industry. They want them to pay. So that's the software. Back to the main splash page, and that's how to install it. And then what Al's done is he's color coded it with the first video for the first assignment. He's placed the title block information here. This one really is for the second assignment. We really want to use this plate title block for the first one. And then these are the first 5 assignments. And so if we look at the first assignment, it's going to be this plate title block right here. If I open it, students are to create this drawing, put their name on the title block and the date. And then if we want, we can just show the video for that. And we do that a lot where we say, watch the video rather than to go through and show you 25 minutes of Joe and Al doing the same thing again. And so we create these videos and they go through and they show you how to open the files, how to use the CAD software, and how to create the drawings. Everything from drawing setup, enabling the menus, setting up the polar, grid, and snap, and then basic construction. Put the date on it, and continue on. You can use closed captioning, and that'll give you some additional support if you need. All right, so that's the video. Back to the main splash page for the first assignment. And then here's the title blocks for those. And so here's the next title block right here. And what you're to do is once you have that drawing complete, and here I've already done one, I have it all set up and complete. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a save as, and I'm just going to save it to my desktop, lab 1. We'll save it. Sure, we'll replace it. And then when we turn in that drawing, what we're going to do is we're going to go, and I'm going to view this as a student to make sure that it's working. Good. I'll go to assignments, and I'll go to the module 1 assignments. And then this is the grading criteria. Is the drawing complete? Do you have the title block completed? Is it graphically accurate? Are you using the proper design rules? Is it set up to the proper units? Has it been dimensioned if it calls for dimensioning? And are you using the features properly? If we're using symbols like blocks and layers and line types, you will have those attributes graded. And then once you have submitted the file, the way you submit it is you select add a file. You locate the file. I put mine on the desktop. Here it is right here. I'm going to open it. I'll add it. And then if you have any questions, you might be able to put them here, you know, where you can say, Al, Joe, I have a question about grid snap settings.
And what this does, it allows us to have a two-way conversation with you, and we can see your drawing. If something's wrong or problems, we can correct it, hand it back to you, back and forth. So that way, at least you say, hey, do not grade it.
Right, and then we'll submit it. And then Al and I will get a little indicator that tells us that the files have been submitted. And we go through and we typically grade assignments for the students once a week. But if we see a flag in there, we will go and look for that and try to get back to you as quickly as possible. Al and I are teaching 9 classes this semester, so we are quite busy, but we're pretty quick. You know, we do get back to you. Here's a message. See notification, submission receipt. So you will know that your part has been submitted or your drawing file, and then we can take it from there. Okay, with that, I think that covers what we wanted to cover on our first Zoom meeting.
Well, how about talking about the VPN also real quick?
Definitely. So Al, maybe you want to tell them a little bit about this and I'll just click.
What happens if for some reason you have a Chromebook, you have Macintosh or Windows, or older version of Windows is not working too good? What we have done here, what the college has really done, is set it up so you can VPN right into the college, use their softwares. So if the Mac software, which will not look exactly the same, all you have to do is VPN into our college, click on AutoCAD, you will get a certain lab and a certain computer, and automatically goes into it. Same with the Windows, it goes right there, portal, perfect.
Right, so you can remotely operate one of the computers from home here at the college. So if you're having some installation issues, go ahead and VPN in and you can run the software remotely. It is better to have it on your computer, and it is a valuable software, but this is also an option for you as well.
We're just trying to make sure you get it up and running and be able to do your work.
That's correct. So we'll post recordings in the announcements. We'll put this video recording in the announcements for students that can't attend. And then just follow the outline of topics and keep an eye on when things are due. With that, I'm going to end this recording and then we'll open things up for questions. Al, is there anything else I need to cover?
No, that's it. Bye now.
All righty. Have a good day.